Hello and welcome to Pilbology. This is an intermediate level video. Today we're going to be focusing on Geschäfte and how to use these with prepositions, in particular dative prepositions. Geschäfte are shops. As with anything in German, we have three genders. We have der, die and das. For der, some examples are Kiosk, der Supermarkt, der Musikladen. Laden is a name for another word for shop. And der Frisursalon. For die Boutique, die Buchhandlung, bookshop, die Apotheke, from an old English word apothecary, which is a pharmacy, die Bäckerei, a bakery, and of course for das Sportgeschäft und das Blumengeschäft. Geschäft is the neuter word for shop. So you can either have Laden or you can have Geschäft. Gut. Like with anything in German, it is very important to understand how the gender of a word affects how you use it. And a good example of this is using dative prepositions. Okay, let's look at one of the most common ones, and we're going to look at in. Okay, if I were to say that I am located in a shop, or I am in a classroom, or I am in somewhere. Not that I'm going into, that will come on to later, that is accusative, but here we're concentrating on dative. I would say I am in a location. I cannot say ich bin in Sportgeschäft. Now, with Sportgeschäft being neuter, so it's das Sportgeschäft, a Musikladen being masculine, der Sportgeschäft. I would have to, if I wanted to say I'm in the Sportgeschäft or in the Musikladen, I would have to write in dem. Excuse me using my fingers, I've lost my stylus. In dem, however, can be shortened to im. So if you wanted to say, I am in the music shop, ich bin in dem Musikladen, which as a contraction of the word, you can use ich bin im Musikladen, ich bin im Sportgeschäft. With the feminine words, so die Apotheke, die Bäckerei, die Post, die Boutique, die Konditorei, we can't do that. So we quite simply just take the in that we've already got and we change it to in der. That means you are in that place. You are in the apothecaries or in the pharmacy. Ich bin in der Apotheke. Ich bin in der Konditorei. Ich bin in der Buchhandlung. Right. So let's see what we need to then do with neben, zwischen and gegenüber von. First of all, what do they mean? Neben, next to. Zwischen, between. So obviously in here and here, you'll be putting, say for example, between the music shop and the supermarket. And I'll show you how to do that in a moment. And of course, gegenüber von, opposite. Literally opposing to or opposite from. You need to have the gegenüber von. So how are we going to use this with our shops? Well, quite simply. If you want to say opposite, between or next to the Sportgeschäft, you would quite simply put neben dem Sportgeschäft. done. So, neben dem Sportgeschäft, gegenüber von dem Sportgeschäft. And let's say you had two das words, so let's use das Sportgeschäft and das Blumengeschäft, the flower shop. You would then say, so for example, the kiosk is between the sport shop and the flower shop. Der Kiosk ist zwischen dem Sportgeschäft und dem Blumengeschäft. Okay, so you would need to carry on with this dem. And here's how that would look. So obviously we have der Kiosk, because it's still masculine. Nothing's changed. I don't need to use dem. It's at the start of the sentence, and it's not been prompted by a dative preposition. So der Kiosk ist zwischen dem Sportgeschäft und dem Blumengeschäft. Of course, if you wanted to say that it's between a sport shop and the Apotheke, you guessed it, we would write der Apotheke, or because I'm running out of space, der Post. Okay, so I would say der Kiosk ist zwischen dem Sportgeschäft und der Post, even though it's die Post. Again, it's triggered by these dative prepositions. So, gegenüber von dem Sportgeschäft, gegenüber von dem Musikladen. Now, there's one more contraction that you need to know about, and this is quite an important one. When you are saying in German, for example, gegenüber von dem, von dem can also be contracted, just like im. Okay, it can be made even shorter, and it's very simple. You simply just change it to vom. Okay, so von dem is the same as vom. I hope this makes sense. We'll look at some examples of this in class next time. But in the meantime, viel Glück, viel Spaß und Dankeschön.